What up, all my fight fans? So, this past Saturday, we had ourselves a boxing match. We got Terence Crawford versus David Avanasian. Avanasian. Pretty sure that's how you say his name. Avanasian. Nonetheless, it was still a good fight. A good fight for Terence. It was a good way to dust off the cobwebs because, man, did he look rusty. He looked very, very rusty. And nothing disrespect to David either. David made it a very tough fight for Terence. He pretty much was landing some good body shots, caught him with some overhands. He was able to clip Terence, but Terence definitely did not look himself a little bit. He definitely looked like it took him a little longer it took him a little longer to get in the groove of things. And it's nothing against Terence either, because it's been a while. The last time he fought was against Sean Porter back in November of 2021. And that's a long time, guys. And Terence Crawford is 35 years old, so I'm sure it took him a while to get back into the groove of things, because we remember that he was trying for the very longest to get into this fight with Errol Spence. Highly publicized. We all wanted it. We all talked about it over and over and over again, and it didn't come through. That's why we end up with this fight. We with Terence and David. So, nonetheless, Terence was able to do his thing. He was picking him with jabs, picking his shots, no problem. Again, David did his thing too. He was able to get him with body shots, able to get him with some overhands, and he made it a tough, dirty fight for Terence. He did not make it easy for Terence. He definitely did not make it easy at all. And with that being said, Terence was able to set up these shots, set up some traps, and caught him with a beautiful right hook and clipped him, and he got him, pretty much hit the canvas, and it was done. Usually you see some guys, they try to stumble, they try to make the count, they try to get up to their feet. Unfortunately, it doesn't fall through. And yeah, he pretty much knocked out David with one shot. Terence is still on top of everyone's number one pound for pound. Well, most people's number one pound for pound. So yeah, he's come back, and he was hoping to be very active next year. In the post-fight press conference, he was talking about what is next, and they was asking him all kinds of questions. If he's going to move up in weight, is he going to, what's going on with Errol? He pretty much said a lot he does not know. He's not sure exactly who's going to be next. Of course, we all 100% want that fight with Errol Spence. If this fight does get to happen, it needs to happen sometime in May of 2023. Please, Errol, please, Terence, whatever you guys need to do, let's make this fight happen. We already know, again, we have not heard much from Errol Spence ever since this whole transaction thing fell through. We have not heard a whole lot regarding these guys, regarding Errol on his side of things, because we heard from Terence. He did his own little interview. He does his own little press conference. I can't remember. I don't know if it was like on IG Live or something like that. And he told his side of things on how things transpired. But again, we haven't heard from Errol, and we haven't heard from Al Heyman, who is Errol's promoter. So that could be a possible up there. It's still very much up there. Still very much up there. Still very possibility. It's not a fight that no one's going to say, oh, we don't want to see that. We always want to see that. As far as that goes, Keith Thurman is also another big contender up in that division. We remember Keith Thurman was the big superstar at the time. He's fought the who's who. Keith Thurman has fought everybody you need to know regarding the welterweight division. Not necessarily obviously the old timers, but some of the newcomers and everything like that. Like we've seen him face like Robert Guerrero, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Some of these other well-known guys, even Josito Lopez. Luis Colazo, he's Carlos Quintana, old school name for that guy. But still, that would be a very fun fight and a very good challenge for Terence, because that's something that Terence has been lacking of. And we know that it's not because of him. No fighter is ever ducking any other fighter. Some fighters choose certain opponents, make it maybe a little bit easier, but eventually you're going to have to fight the tougher fights. And right now, that's what Terence needs. He has taken on some good, tougher fights. Maybe some opponents that were a little past their prime, like Amir Khan, Cal Brook, Yuris Gamboa. Some of these guys were still tough fighters, but a little bit past their prime, their higher level. So it's something that we would have definitely loved to see him and Errol Spence, because both of them are in their prime. Both of them are in the top of the game. Both of them are undefeated. So, guys, that's the best way to do it. They also mentioned about him moving up in weight. That could also be another fun one too, because Terence has talked about moving up in weight. And who's up in weight? Well, you could possibly face a Charlo or even a Danny Garcia, a Jose Benavidez, who's up there in 154 hanging around as well. Those will be all very much fun fights. Jose Benavidez, that he already fought I believe Terence Crawford, and I think it was a decision. But those two guys had some words exchanged and everything like that. So, well, do I want to see it again? Not necessarily, but you never know. You never know. Terence Crawford is getting older. Like I said, he is 35, and it's not sure how much longer he really wants to do this. But still, I would really love to see Terence Crawford face some really good challenges, really good contenders, really make a bigger name for himself. Maybe if he can't get that Errol Spence fight, try to get up and try to get another bigger name. You never know. Maybe he can call out Canelo Alvarez and Canelo can meet him at middleweight. That could be one hell of a fight. You got this guy packing the weight. You got Canelo moving down the weight, and these guys can meet in the middle. You got number one and number two on everybody's pound for pound list going against each other. You put them in any order that you want to put them in, but that could be a very fun fight as well. I know I'm a big Canelo fan. It could be a very tough fight for Crawford, but who knows? He could surprise everybody. So who knows what's going to be next for Crawford, but still, it's good to see him back. It's good to see him get those knockouts again, and hopefully we get to see from some exciting fights down the line. I really hope we do. So let me know in the comments, guys, on what you want to see Crawford do next. Let me know in the comments on what you feel or what you thought of the fight that just went down. Let me know what you're thinking, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.